Hello, today 39 out of 100, and today was yet another great day. Also, before I begin, I want to try to focus on not saying so much because I've managed to fix my awkward silences, but I feel like at some point I started to replace them with uhs, and I just don't like the way it sounds. I don't like the way I sound when I do it. So I'm just gonna go back to silence between my words, and I'm gonna try to be more conscious about that. So if I'm talking a lot slower today, that's probably why. So today I slept in for the first time in a while, which felt nice. Actually, no, it didn't feel nice. It felt good to sleep because I was tired, but when I woke up in like a half panic because I was expecting to wake up at around 10 or something because I've been waking up pretty early regardless of what time I sleep, but I guess when you sleep at 6:30 a.m., that kind of goes out the window, and I woke up at 12:30. And I think that was also because I wore an eye mask, so the light didn't wake me up like it normally does. And yeah, I woke up and I was like, "Oh shit! Like I gotta get ready fast," because I thought I had some plans I had to go do early in the day, but that evidently was not the case, and I actually had a lot of time to just get ready and chill. So yeah, I slept in, woke up, took my friends to a nice restaurant that I really enjoyed the first time I went to this week. It's like a Korean and Cajun fusion restaurant. It's pretty amazing. And afterwards we went to the park. I mean, like, the restaurant itself was such a great time because like the food was amazing and the service was great. Like we chatted with our waiters a lot, and they were all very uh like sweet and fun and friendly. And and then we went to the park near my place and just walked around, looked at the shops there, got some drinks, sat in the grass, chatted, uh, which was nice. It was really nice. The weather was great today. And then we came home, chilled, and then we met my oldest brother at a jam session that he was doing at a friend's birthday party. And then we went to a kava bar to just get some drinks and chat until midnight, which was fun. And then we got some pizza, ate that, chatted. I finished some laundry, and now I'm here. And today, something I wanted to talk about, though I don't know how much I have to say about it, is just something my dad said recently while I was talking with him with some of my other family members. And it was something along the lines of, like, he was telling a story about the Dalai Lama, and I guess it was like, I guess maybe it's more of a joke, but I think it was a real story. But basically, someone asked the Dalai Lama, what they ask, like, how did you overcome the temptation of like lust, like woman? And the Dalai Lama responded with like, I didn't. And that was just really funny, so it lasted in my memory. But the lesson that he was trying um, to show through that was the difference between very successful, amazing people and just normal people or people who are having a hard go at life. While those differences may seem big, the actual things that they do to become that great are really small things. They do a lot of really small things, and those make very big differences. And that was inspiring to me, because when I think of great people, I always think of them as just like people with these unattainable, I just think that they're just completely built different, if I can say that, and just like the same way that you might look at a professional bodybuilder and say like, oh, I can never be like that. When I imagine great people, when I did imagine great people or think of them, I always thought, there's no way I can be like that. Because I mean, look at who they are. Like, there's like all the stuff they did. Like, I could never do that. But the idea that they're just doing all the small things that many people don't spend the time doing or the energy doing or can't bring themselves to do regularly. Like, the idea that those things are what make people great just gives me a lot of hope. Because I feel like I'm doing some of those small things, and while I'm not doing as much as I can, I'm tired. While I'm not doing as much as I can, I'm still doing some small difficult things, and I think it's making a pretty big difference in my life. And I feel myself growing as a person, and I see more of my potential. And that's only with the few amount of things that I've been doing. So I can't imagine how I may feel or how I may develop if I just start doing more. And I'm sorry to be so vague about these small things, but uh, I just can't think right now. I'm so sleepy. If I were to try to think of some of them, it would be just delaying instant gratification. Like me choosing not to just give in to so much quick pleasure right now, like smoking weed or video games or eating really easy to attain, cheap, delicious foods. Staying disciplined with my exercising. I was gonna say dieting, but I can't say that right now because I just had a pretty big cheat day. Granted, I feel like it was earned. Also, just ugh, just I really can't think right now. I don't know, just being honest with myself, not trying to hide away from painful truths, taking moments throughout the day to just really see how I feel, not reacting solely through the first emotions that come up during certain situations. Taking a moment to be grateful for what I have throughout the day. Doing my writing. Trying to look for little things that I can improve about myself and get better at. Like all these things, like most of them don't take that much time up in my day. And yet, I feel like they have a very big impact on like what sort of thoughts I have and how quickly I as a person improve and just grow. And so yeah, I just think like this is another one of those things I just want to say out loud and kind of inscribe in my memory a little bit, at least for a few days before I forget momentarily and remember it at some points. Because yeah, it just gives me a lot of hope. Because I'm starting to set these dreams of becoming a great man, and though I believe that I'll reach that point one day, it still feels so far and just like in some sense I feel like I'm close, but in another sense it just still feels like such a dream. So it's nice to have this new perspective on how to become great. I going to sleep. I'm going to get some rest so that I can work out hard tomorrow. And yeah. Yeah. That's it. I'm just gonna end it there, I think. Or else I'm just gonna be rambling again. I'm gonna start doing these earlier again before I start getting too sleepy. But right now I have friends over and my schedule is a bit uh what's the word? It's just it's hard to maintain my regular schedule right now, so thank you for watching, and I will be back again tomorrow.